Are humans truly predators? We've got forward-facing eyes like lions, the endurance to outlast any prey, and tools that make us unstoppable. But here's the twist. Some scientists argue we were once prey. So what's the real story? Let's dive in and uncover the surprising truth about where we stand in nature's food chain. Humans capture and use over 15,000 wild vertebrate species. That's one-third of all such species on Earth. And no, we're not just hunting for food. In fact, more species are targeted for medicine, the pet trade, and even fashion than for consumption. Humans have an ecological effect 1,300 times greater than that of comparable predators. In one study, it was found that humans exploit 43% of marine species, primarily fish. Among different taxonomic groups, birds were the most impacted, with 46% of species being used in some capacity, many of them captured for the pet trade. Humans are a unique kind of predator. We don't just chase down prey. We've adapted to become relentless, group hunters, capable of using tools like rocks, spears, and even guns to catch and kill from a distance. We also have the best long-distance runners. Humans have color vision that's excellent for spotting prey against diverse backgrounds. While predators like lions rely on night vision for hunting, early humans were diurnal, active during the day, giving them a unique edge in spotting and stalking prey in open environments. And humans also have superior hearing. But that's not all. Ever wonder why kids love games like throwing rocks, chasing animals, or hide and seek? Well, these play activities mirror the skills we needed as predators, like stalking and ambushing prey. It's no secret that kids love games like throwing rocks, playing tag, and hide and seek. Interestingly, these games may have deep evolutionary roots. Early humans often relied on throwing rocks to hunt animals, and perhaps this instinct has been passed down through generations as a remnant of our predatory past. The game of chase is straightforward. You run after something with the goal of catching it, much like hunting itself. As for hide and seek, a beloved game among children worldwide, from the US to India, France to South Korea, and South America, it turns out that even predator cubs engage in similar games. Could it be mere coincidence that hide and seek so closely mirrors the act of hunting, where prey is either pursued or camouflaged to be caught? Humans, like most predators, have forward-facing eyes, providing us with depth perception and a focused view of our surroundings. In contrast, prey animals typically have eyes placed on the sides of their heads, giving them a wide field of vision to spot predators from all angles. They often rely on hiding in the blind spots of their predators to stay safe. Additionally, humans have a higher ratio of slow-twitch muscle fibers compared to most predators, who tend to have a greater proportion of fast-twitch fibers. Fast-twitch fibers are anaerobic. They don't require oxygen and can burn through glucose quickly, but they fatigue just as fast. Slow-twitch fibers, on the other hand, rely on oxygen and allow for sustained effort as long as there's a supply of glycogen. The mastery of fire played a huge role in predation. It allowed humans to cook meat, making it easier to digest and unlocking more nutrients. It also served as a tool to drive prey out of hiding, particularly during group hunts. While many prey animals depend on explosive bursts of speed to escape danger, they tire quickly. In contrast, humans are built for endurance, allowing us to chase down prey over longer distances. This unique combination of traits makes us a distinct type of predator, using endurance and strategy rather than sheer speed to catch our quarry. Interestingly, this also made dogs excellent companions, as they share similar endurance traits, relying more on stamina than on quick sprints. Early humans would chase prey under the scorching sun until it collapsed from heat exhaustion, a strategy made possible by humans' ability to sweat and regulate body temperature effectively. In the animal kingdom, predators are equipped with a specific set of teeth that aid in capturing and consuming their prey. The 4 canine teeth are perhaps the most recognizable feature of a predator's mouth. These sharp, pointed teeth are designed for biting into and killing prey, helping them tear through flesh with precision. In addition to these canines, predators typically have a few incisors, which are perfectly shaped for cutting and tearing meat into smaller, manageable pieces. Finally, there are the molars, which, in most predators, are well developed for grinding and chewing both meat and other foods. Now let's consider humans. If you look closely at our teeth, you'll notice a similar arrangement. We have the four canine teeth, which, while not as long or sharp as those of a lion or wolf, are still capable of tearing and biting through flesh. Between these canines are incisors, which are designed for cutting and shearing food, much like in other carnivores. And just like other omnivores and predators, humans also possess molars, which allow us to grind and chew our food effectively. This anatomical structure, with its combination of canines, incisors, and molars, is strikingly similar to that of predators. It further strengthens the idea that humans, despite our ability to adapt to different diets, share certain traits with carnivores. These traits suggest that, evolutionarily, humans are more aligned with predators than we might think. Our teeth, along with other characteristics, point to our ancestral roots as hunters and gatherers, challenging the traditional view of humans as purely herbivores or scavengers. In fact, this mix of teeth suggests that we are equipped to be both hunters and omnivores, relying on a variety of strategies to obtain and process food. We are physically equipped to hunt, and our digestive system? It's a mix of herbivore and carnivore traits, making us omnivores. As some cave paintings suggest, early humans were not content with hunting small, harmless creatures for food. Instead, they focused on large, often dangerous animals, demonstrating a predatory instinct that is quite distinct. These paintings, found in caves across the world, show scenes of humans actively hunting and confronting massive creatures such as bison, mammoths, and other large herbivores. The vivid depictions of these hunts, with humans using weapons like spears and stone tools, suggest a deliberate, strategic approach to taking down prey much larger than themselves. This focus on large game reveals an essential aspect of early human survival. Our ancestors relied on hunting formidable animals, not just for food, but also for the materials needed to thrive, such as fur for warmth, bones for tools, and hides for shelter. Unlike smaller prey, which could be caught with minimal effort, hunting large animals required cooperation, strategy, and endurance, all of which are traits that align with the idea of humans as predators. These cave paintings offer a glimpse into a time when humans were skilled hunters, facing off against creatures far stronger and larger than themselves, and using their intelligence and teamwork to secure survival. Moreover, hunting large animals was a significant factor in the development of early human society and culture. It fostered collaboration and advanced tool use, and it likely influenced social structures and rituals. This connection to large game hunting further emphasizes the notion that humans were predators, employing strategies and tools in ways that set them apart from other animals, relying on a blend of physical prowess and intellectual capability to dominate prey. Have you ever noticed that predators typically don't hunt other predators? This is because, being at the top of the food chain, they accumulate higher levels of toxic substances and parasites. Similarly, you've probably observed that humans generally don't eat cats or dogs, except in certain cultures. Predators will occasionally prey on other predators in the wild, though it's not a strict rule. Few things in nature are. However, it is a strong tendency, and predators rarely hunt other carnivores, even if they are much smaller, especially when they are somewhat closely related. In certain cultures, practicality ultimately took precedence, food scarcity being a recurring issue, and dogs were available, making them an obvious solution. In other cultures, the taboo surrounding the consumption of predator meat actually elevated it to a form of cultic significance. As a final point, regarding the frequent mention of fish, parasites and diseases tend to be specific to certain taxonomic groups. The more evolutionarily distant two species are, the less likely their ailments can be transmitted between them. This is why eating tuna is generally safer than eating wolves. Human fat cells exhibit characteristics similar to those of predators. Unlike omnivores, who store fat in fewer large cells, humans have a greater number of smaller fat cells. This structure is indicative of a predatory lifestyle, allowing for efficient energy storage and utilization. Additionally, humans evolved high stomach acidity to digest meat, which required significant energy, further supporting the predator hypothesis. Genetic adaptations also favor a fat-rich diet, aligning with traits seen in apex predators that primarily consume animal sources. Smaller fat cells provide evolutionary advantages to predators by enhancing agility and reducing predation risk. Maneuverability. Smaller fat stores allow for greater mobility, crucial for escaping predators. Larger fat reserves can hinder quick movements, making individuals more vulnerable during predator encounters. Foraging efficiency. Predators with less fat require less food to sustain their weight, minimizing the time spent foraging and exposure to threats. Energy storage. Smaller fat cells can efficiently store energy without excessive weight, allowing predators to maintain energy reserves while remaining agile. This balance between energy storage and predation risk is critical for survival. But here's the kicker. Humans are not just predators. We're also scavengers, foragers, and farmers. Our brains, our neocortex, are the real weapon here. It's what allows us to adapt, innovate, and dominate. Human diets have always included a lot of meat, even in ancient times. This shows that hunting wasn't just a side activity, it was essential for survival. Eating meat gave us the nutrients to develop bigger brains, which helped us become even better hunters. Hunting not only shaped ecosystems, but also drove human evolution. Consuming meat and animal fat was critical for brain development, giving humans the cognitive edge to innovate further. This interdependence between diet and brain growth is unique among predators. Even today, humans occasionally compete with large predators for prey. In some parts of Africa, lions have been known to scavenge from human hunters or vice versa. This coexistence and occasional conflict reflect our dual roles as both predators and prey. Predation didn't just shape our bodies and behaviors, it influenced human culture. Rituals, cave art, and myths from around the world often depict humans as powerful hunters. This narrative cemented our identity as dominant predators over millennia. The domestication of dogs, cattle, and other species is another way humans expanded their role as predators. Instead of solely hunting, we cultivated relationships with animals, ensuring a steady food supply while reducing the risks of hunting. Before mastering hunting, early humans likely scavenged carcasses left by larger predators. This scavenger-predator transition was pivotal, helping humans develop tools for cutting meat and cracking bones for marrow. Predators shape the environment around them, and humans are no different. Wherever early humans went, they hunted animals and altered ecosystems, often driving species to extinction, e.g., woolly mammoths. Even today, our instincts and stories reflect a predator mindset. From competitive behavior to tales of heroic hunts, humans have always celebrated their ability to dominate and hunt. Having explored several reasons why humans might be considered predators, let's now examine an argument against the notion that humans are predators. Researchers at Queen Mary University of London have identified a hormone responsible for triggering a starfish to shed its limbs in order to survive attacks from predators. Remarkably, this hormone is similar to the one that regulates appetite in humans. The research team discovered that when this hormone, known as ARCCK1, is released in response to stress, it causes a muscle at the base of the starfish's arm to contract, leading to the arm detaching. The study focused on the common European starfish, Asterias rubens. Imagine humans thousands of years ago, living in a world full of dangerous predators like lions, wolves, and even saber-toothed cats. Back then, humans weren't the top of the food chain. There's actually a lot of evidence that early humans were prey, and here's why. 1. We're physically vulnerable. Think about it. Humans don't have sharp claws, thick skin, or the ability to run super fast like other animals. If we were out in the wild, we'd have very little to defend ourselves naturally. Number 2, how we behave shows it. When something scares you, you feel that fight or flight instinct, right? That's a classic trait of animals that are used to being hunted. Also, early humans lived in groups, likely because it was safer to stick together to avoid predators. Number 3, our anatomy gives clues. Predators usually have forward-facing eyes to help them focus on prey, and humans do too. But some scientists argue that early humans needed this vision not to hunt, but to spot threats and escape quickly. Plus, human bones and skin are pretty fragile, another sign we weren't built to fight predators head-on. 4. We evolved to survive predators. Over time, humans developed things to protect themselves. Our senses, like sharp eyesight and hearing, helped us detect danger. And then there's tool use. Early humans didn't have claws, so they invented spears and weapons to defend themselves.